Ramadan, the holiest month in Islam, a time of fasting, prayer, and deep reflection. But what happens when a devout Muslim in the middle of his fast encounters a vision so powerful it changes his life forever? This is the story of Amir, a Sudanese man who experienced something truly extraordinary while fasting during Ramadan. Amir was a devout Muslim. He lived in a small Sudanese town where Ramadan was a time of community and devotion. From sunrise to sunset, he, like millions of others, fasted, prayed, and sought a deeper connection with God. But deep inside, Amir had questions. Was there more to faith than just rituals? Was he truly at peace? He didn't know that his prayers were about to be answered in the most unexpected way. One night, during the last 10 days of Ramadan, the holiest period of the month, Amir had a dream unlike any other. In his dream, Amir saw a man dressed in white standing before him. The man's presence was overwhelming yet peaceful. He looked at Amir with love and said, "Come, follow me." Amir was stunned. "Who are you?" he asked. The man simply replied, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." He woke up, his heart pounding. Who was this man? Why did he feel such peace in his presence? The room was still dark, the early morning light just beginning to creep through the curtains. He could still feel the remnants of the dream clinging to his consciousness, like a mist that refused to lift. His mind raced, trying to make sense of what he had seen. The man in his dream had radiated a warmth and kindness that he had never experienced before. It was as if his very soul had been touched by something divine. He couldn't shake the feeling that this dream was different from any other he had ever had. It wasn't just a figment of his imagination, it felt real, tangible. The man's face was etched into his memory, every detail vivid and clear. He remembered the way the man had looked at him, with eyes full of compassion and understanding. It was a look that seemed to pierce through all his doubts and fears, reaching the very core of his being. He felt an overwhelming urge to capture the dream, to write down every detail before it slipped away. As he wrote, he found himself reflecting on his life, his faith, and the path that had led him to this moment. He had always been a devout Muslim, observing Ramadan with dedication and reverence. But this dream had stirred something within him, a curiosity and a longing that he couldn't ignore. As he lay back down, he couldn't help but wonder what this dream meant for his future. Was it a sign, a message? He didn't have the answers, but he knew that his life had been irrevocably changed. The peace he had felt in the presence of the man in his dream lingered, a comforting presence in the darkness. He closed his eyes, hoping that sleep would bring him clarity, but knowing that his journey was only just beginning. For days Amir wrestled with the dream. He asked the local imam, but the answers didn't satisfy him. He searched the Quran, but nothing explained the presence he had felt. Then he remembered something. He had heard of Christians speaking about a man named Jesus. Could it be? Hesitant but curious, he found a Bible and began reading the words of Jesus. There it was, the exact words spoken in his dream. Amir was shaken to his core. Amir was faced with a choice: ignore what he had seen or seek the truth. He couldn't deny the peace he felt in the presence of Jesus. It was unlike anything he had ever known. In his heart, he knew what he had to do. That night, Amir made a decision that would change his life forever. Amir had been wrestling with his thoughts for days. The vision of Jesus during Ramadan had left him in a state of profound contemplation. He couldn't shake the feeling that this was a sign, a calling that he needed to respond to. The more he thought about it, the clearer it became. He had to follow this new path, no matter the cost. The decision was not an easy one. Amir knew that embracing Christianity in a predominantly Muslim country like Sudan could bring significant challenges. He would face opposition from his community, and possibly even his own family. But the vision had been so vivid, so compelling, that he felt he had no choice but to follow where it led. That night, as he sat alone in his room, Amir prayed for guidance. He asked for strength and courage to face whatever lay ahead. He knew that this path would not be easy, but he felt a deep sense of peace and conviction. He was ready to embrace his new faith, no matter the consequences. The next morning, Amir packed a small bag with a few belongings and set out on his journey. He didn't know exactly where he was going, but he trusted that he would be guided along the way. As he walked through the streets of his village, he felt a mix of sadness and excitement. He was leaving behind everything he had ever known, but he was also stepping into a new life filled with hope and promise. Amir's journey was just beginning. He knew there would be many challenges ahead, but he was ready to face them with faith and determination. The vision of Jesus had given him a new purpose, and he was committed to following it, no matter where it led. As he walked towards the rising sun, he felt a sense of peace and joy that he had never known before. This was the start of a new chapter in his life, and he was ready to embrace it with open arms. Amir's story is not unique. Across the world, many Muslims have reported dreams and visions of Jesus, especially during Ramadan. Could it be that Jesus is calling out to people, even in the most unexpected places? If you've ever had an experience like this, or if you're curious to learn more, don't ignore that voice inside you. Seek the truth with an open heart. What do you think about Amir's story? Have you ever had a dream or vision that changed your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories like this.